Alright, let's begin. Let's play a little bit of Final Fantasy. They've released the raid already, and I haven't finished the story yet. I think in Endwalker, they released it after 3 weeks or something. I definitely remember I finished the story, and I think it was longer. Right now we're gonna help the folks that got attacked by the First Promise army. They were slaughtering people right and left and collecting the essences or like souls from them. So there's definitely something is going on. Wait, it's up there. Ah, I have it. Never mind. Thank you, I thought I was done for. I heard something disturbing. The enemy leader, they say he looked like Zoral Ja. But that can't be true, can it? Why would the First Promise attack his own people? But if it was him, what happens now? Is he going to come back? What do we do if he does? You just gotta destroy the machine that is on his ear that can recuperate his health. It's that simple. Just destroy the device. Thank you. The pain is better now, but I can't stop shaking. Where did they come from? Why did they attack us? Why are those things still in the sky? I had peace under Gulal Jaja. We were safe, but now... Now you will know only war. Thanks. I think I'm alright. Did you see them? Those soldiers. They look like people, but they killed and killed with no hesitation. If they attack us again, how can we hope to defend ourselves? Thank you, sir. But my husband and son, they were... Thanks, I'll be fine now. But we failed to protect the people. Why did so many have to die? Where were Val, Vuklamat and Val Kana? They're not to blame, I understood, I do. But I need to clear my head. You finished hating the people here? Thank you. There were children among the wounded. Children. No, now isn't the time. There are still others who need help. Could you go and see how things are at Talon March? and afterwards go and finally saying at Bayside Bevy. The shops appear to have weathered the chaos. Its wares have been strewn across the floor. The port remains unscathed, but the enemy ships continue to loom overhead. The people are shaken. We must do what we can to help them, and quickly. I've helped all those I could find, and seen them delivered into Landsguard care. As many casualties as there are, it would have been worse if the Landsguard hadn't fought as bravely as they did, and if Zerljai actually meant to harm the people. I mean, look around, the buildings are hardly damaged. I suspect his aim was more to incite fear, to show that he could strike wherever he pleases. But we can discuss that later. How's Lamatish? Even after what happened to her father, she's trying so hard to fulfill her duty to the people. Still, everyone has their limits. She needs rest, and soon. Someone mentioned seeing her heading towards the shore. Perhaps she's gone to the Gornitrog Gleamsands. Perhaps.
Steady now. I've brought you medicine. Drink.
There you are, Lamachi. I was beginning to...
Prevlimli.
Come on.
Is that who I think it is?
Take it. Please.
Это нормально. Прохожу
Lamati.
потихоньку. Уже рейд вышел на этой неделе. Я еще сюжет прохожу.
Lamati.
I think it's her, right?
How? How could I?
Hi, the drop.
Look at me, Lamati.
She calls her Lamati, other call her Lamatish. What the fuck?
You need rest. You and him both. I will tend to this soul.
Mothers.
But my people. I have to help them.
The Mansguard have matters well in
Ну, у
hand.
нас сегодня 30.
Trust in them. If there's another attack, your people will need you to protect them. They'll need you to be sharp. So please rest. Consider it your duty.
Пора покупать кондей в Флимбле, все. Климат меняется.
I stood before them all. Said that we'd build a nation where everyone knows happiness. So much for that promise. What good is a vow of resolve who cannot save her people?
You won't save your people by brooding, that's for sure.
You're right. This isn't the time for sulking.
Проверял какие-то игры, которые не работали?
Thank you.
Хотя,
My
наверное,
head's
таких
a
нет
little
уже.
clearer now. I need to concentrate on what I can do rather than what I can't. We've dealt with unfriendly factions before. From Yokhui still longing for conquest, to adherents of blessed siblings, people who are unwilling to listen. Even so, I believed that by learning about one another and engaging in good faith, we could peacefully settle our differences. And we did. My brother is different. There'll be no reasoning with him. He killed our people. Our father. He'll stop at nothing to achieve his goal. What's more, he has power. The power to destroy the peace we've worked so hard to preserve. If I'm to protect that peace, then I must fight.
You could definitely insert those ships into Knights of the Old Republic.
I must confront Zorolja and kill him.
And that we will do. That we will do in time. Человек-паук 2 на PS2 был лучшей версией, по-моему, нет? По крайней мере, намного лучше, чем то, что на ПК было. Там свободные полеты. Это новая, первая игра, в которой было свободное перемещение с паутиной и такое, которое уже ближе к новым играм. I'm fine, just need a moment to settle my nerves. Thank you for being there for me and for urging me on despite all my sulking. Sitting around complaining isn't very leader-like, is it? So much has happened so quickly, I struggle to make sense of it all. The strange soldiers, those floating ships, the new powers Zolja commands. Given everything he's done and still intends to do. I know I can't afford to run headlong into battle, not this time. I cannot let this terrible pain in my heart lead me astray. But I will make it my strength, the strength to do what I must. Okay. There we go. Right, I'm heading back to the palace. I need to talk strategy with Koana. Could you and the others join us in a while? However we decide to proceed, I will want you all to be aware of it. Oh, and could you tell Alicia I'll be alright? She's probably at Bayside Bay. I mean, I could tell her by the link pearl. I don't have to run there. God damn it. Say this, say that. Pick this, pick that. In my opinion, they need to add some new gameplay elements to the main quest, because after all the expansions, you definitely feel like the formulaic template they use. Picking an item, looking around at the location, small combat section, a lot of dialogues. Okay, dialogues are good. We just need to mix it up with some gameplay more. She's looking at this robot. I suppose this is a robot. Ah, you're back. By that I take it to mean Lamati is feeling better. She needs to be strong for the people of Tural. I understand that. But she doesn't have to do it alone. So if she intends to fight, then we fight together. That said, I wish I knew exactly what we were up against. Can I get new pants? I mean, it's kind of okay. Kind of fits. Kind of fits. It's clearly not a person, but it doesn't look like any automaton or magic weapons I've ever seen. As far and wide as you've traveled, though, perhaps you've encountered something similar before. Would you mind taking a closer look? It may yield some clues to Zoral Jah's new powers. Fallen soldier. In place of where eyes or mouth might be, you see a strange sigil on the front of this helm. From a distance it appeared to be a simple armor, but upon closer inspection its construction is quite intricate. The material from which it is made is unclear, and you see no signs of a power source. The general shape of this weapon resembles a gun, but its construction suggests it's far more advanced than anything you've seen before. So what did you think? It's unlike anything I've seen. Indeed, while it resembles a person, it has features that make it uncanny. The lack of face not least of all. Did you see any sign of power source? So it probably doesn't run on ceruleum or any other conventional fuels. I tried channeling Ether into it earlier, but there was no response. That would seem to rule it out as an arcane entity. It's completely lifeless now, a far cry from an unstoppable enemy it was in battle. Even the material it's made of is a mystery rather than a metal. It's more akin to stone. Wait, haven't we seen this somewhere recently? At the Golden City. We have, in the Sky Deep Sinnoh. That's right, the glowing stone used in the chamber with the gate to the Golden City. And while the soldiers are a different color, the warships are the same black as the stone of the gate itself. There has to be connection. Let's share our observations with the others when we gather at Sunperch. The sooner we get to the bottom of this mystery, the better. Where's the others? Maybe they're already inside. Looks like everyone is here already.
Thank you for coming, everyone. And thank you for taking charge in the relief effort. We would have fared far worse without you.
Someone had to do it, that's all. Come, let's take stock.
In terms of casualties, at least 50 died in the attack. And many times that number are wounded. All available healers are seen to their care. Structural damage at least is limited, so essential business can be conducted without issue. That said, the people are understandably shaken. We must assuage their fears and begin working to restore things to normal as quickly as possible.
Now, the most confounding mystery remains our enemy. And their mechanical soldiers created with technology that surpasses anything I've ever seen. What is their nature? And how did Zoralja manage to bring them under his command? Such things remain unknown.
They emerged from the dome encasing Yasolani. We're quite certain of that much.
Speaking of the dome, we have some theories, I'm told.
Indeed. I would like to call upon some helpers to join the discussion. May I invite them here?
By all means.
It's me. Permission has been granted. You can come in.
Greetings, everyone.
Oh. And I thought one... Oh, the Science are back. Y'shtola.
Raha!
And Raha.
Y'shtola!
After that long voyage, I had hoped that we might be afforded a moment's rest. But I gather circumstances are quite dire.
All is well in the annex, never fear. I've already dealt with the most pressing matters, and others hold the fort in my absence.
Following the changing of Dawn servants, Gulul Jar Jar spoke about the Golden City to his 2 successors. Thanks to Wuglamat, I was allowed to attend that meeting. What I heard led me to conclude that this was a matter for the students. Thus did I call upon our comrades who possess the requisite expertise. It was actually after that the dome manifested. But, based on what we know, I have reason to believe that it is connected to the Golden City.
While we're eager to help, we have limited familiarity with the situation. Might we trouble you to explain from the beginning?
It's gonna be a long story.
As you know, it was a letter I found tucked away in the Baldessian Annex that brought me to Tural. A letter from the Dawn servant addressed to my grandfather, sent some 20 years ago.
The request to investigate the City of Gold.
Indeed. The strange thing is, there was mention of neither Tural nor the city in our records. Hoping to learn the truth of my grandfather's mission, what he did and saw, I volunteered to help in the rite of succession. At the end of which, I was able to hear the tale from Gulul Jar Jar. Like us, my grandfather went to the deepest chamber of the Sky Deep cenote. And, like us, he saw the gate to the Golden City.
Is that what you required our help with? This gate?
It was. You see, the gate was opened once in the past. And
It led to another reflection.
You're still the master of this field. That will explain everything.
I can take the story from here. Considering my part in these affairs, I reckon maybe I'm best equipped to speak on the matter. I was there too, you see. In those ruins, together with Galuf and Gulul Jar Jar. And what I saw that day, I'll never forget.
Echo.
This black stone is remarkable. I cannot help but wonder if the structures in this part of the ruins were built by a completely different civilization.
It was over 1,000 years ago that the giants mined here. Their records make no mention of
It's in a way
those
kind of reminds me of
stones.
Stargate right now. It's in a way is a
It harbors
Stargate.
high concentrations of ether, and on the surface are what appear to be arcane patterns. They aren't Allagan, or Mahi, or Ninian. If anything, they put me in mind of the calculations of the South Sea Islanders, but even then,
hells? What did you do?
Nothing.
An earthquake?
Ah, right. That gate was placed there by the...
None of this has ever happened before.
A void gate? Nay, this is different.
Is that... Oh, it's Kryl. So Kryl is actually from the other... She's probably from the other reflection. It's her mother. Why is there's like sandstorm, I wonder? Maybe their planets also saw some kind of calamity, cataclysm. It's probably her father who was against it. I think this is the first time we actually are shown a baby elephant. I like how they don't talk to us.
Now what's this?
What is this? Who are you?
It's legit Stargate, man.
Though it never opened again, Galuf continued to study the gate for years after that, hoping to learn something of value. All he could conclude was that it was built with unknown technology, and that it led to another world, one apart from the Void. We'd assumed the ruins themselves were the Golden City, only to discover that the real prize actually lay beyond the gate, and beyond our reach. Couldn't make head nor tail of the artifact either. As it had similar properties to the black stone in the ruins, we were convinced it was important, so Galul Jaja took it to the palace for safekeeping. Galuf, meanwhile, took the baby with him back to Charlian and raised her as his own.
Then the child was...
Yes, Sally said it's Skrull.
The earring inside the letter to my grandfather. It was apparently found amongst my swaddling clothes.
If this is true, then it means that you hail from another reflection.
So it would seem. I still struggle to take it all in myself. Looking back, Grandfather was always quick to seek distractions whenever I broached the subject. But never would I have guessed anything like this. But enough about me. We have more pressing matters.
The forces that assailed Tuliolo. You suspect they are somehow connected to the Golden City?
Thinking back on it, the soldiers looked like they could have been made from the same black stone.
And leading them was Zeralja. His involvement also lends weight to the theory. On the day of the succession ceremony, a bandit took me unawares and knocked me out. When I came to, I found my home turned upside down, with a few particular items missing. Namely the keystones I was entrusted with, for my role as Watcher of the Gate.
The bandit? You believe that it was...
I only got a glimpse of him, but I was a blue-scaled Hubigo. I know of no other.
The artifact stored at the palace was also stolen. The thief struck during the ceremony, and the guard was spread thin.
So our assumption is Zeralja somehow opened that gate to another reflection, where he acquired advanced technology and his mechanical army.
And probably time passed differently for him.
And if he did, then it's also likely that the dome is a product of this unknown reflection.
Hold on. We've been going on and on about the reflections. But what of my home? What's become of it?
This looks like the job for the Signs of the Seven Dawn, which were officially disbanded, but doesn't matter.
Indeed. Where it concerns other realities, I dare say the Scions are best suited to tackle the task.
You can say that again. We've been to the literal edge of existence. Some mysterious giant dome shouldn't scare us.
As you know, our order has ostensibly disbanded. We'd thank you to be discreet about our unofficial reunion.
Worry not. We'll spare no effort to get to the bottom of this. And with our hero eager to help, you can be confident of the results.
I'm coming with you. If that's where my brother is, then that's where I must go. I can't say I understand everything you're discussing, but I know what I have to do. I have to put a stop to Zeralja and restore the people's happiness.
Suffice it to say, I share Lamachi's desire to join you. However, under these circumstances, it would be unwise for both vows to be absent from the city. As such, I shall remain in Tuliolol. Come what may, I will protect our nation. So go forth, sister, and do what you must.
Thank you.
It may be prudent for us to likewise divide our forces. While one group ventures into the dome, the other keeps guard without.
Agreed. There's something I wish to investigate out here, so I will remain.
I as well. The enemy's warships still loom overhead, and I would see that we are prepared for the worst.
I wish to go to the dome. As a student, I have an obligation to investigate this potential threat to the world. But I'd be lying if I said I'm not deathly curious about my origins. If there's aught to be learned, then I want to learn it.
In that case, please let me come too. I have to see what's become of my home. I may not be a fighter, but I know those lands like the back of my hand. I can guide you.
If you hadn't offered, I would have asked. We're counting on you.
I'm not one for waiting around, so if it's all the same to you, I'll join the dome crew.
You should accompany them, Graha. I expect your knowledge and experience will be useful. In the meantime, I intend to learn what I can about the gate, and will keep you apprised of my findings. Pray do the same.
Assuming communication is possible from inside the dome, we'll maintain contact and share any developments.
It seems our teams are assembled. A fine roster, I think.
Looks good to me. We'll find a way to deal with the threat. For the sake of Tural.
It's truly heartening to have you at our side for this. Thank you, everyone. Now, before we set off, there's one thing I need to do. The people are still shaken by the attack, and I'd like to reassure them as best I can.
A speech again? I feel we need to know more if we need to defend against another assault. I struggle to believe I'm from another reflection. I wonder, does this mean my soul is thinner than a native of the source? Surely not. You still would have noticed. Gosh, there's so much I don't understand. My head is ripe to burst. It also means that there potentially could be another Kryl, her reflection here, from the source. She might not be already alive, or not yet born, too. I'm indebted to Ojika for overseeing our operations in my absence. I will endeavor to make myself as useful as I can here. The talk of reflection is perplexing, to say the least. I should be glad for your help in understanding and overcoming this crisis. It's embarrassing to think how Zerolja caught me unawares, but I've no doubt the bastard came to kill me. I reckon he would have succeeded were it anyone else. Who would have thought taking the key would lead to all this? We'll find a way to reach the dome, and we'll make sure everyone inside is safe. Another reflection encroaches upon our own, but how and why now? Good question. I know what I have to do now. I know we're in a hurry to set off, but before we do, I need to address my people. The peace we swore to uphold has been shattered. They need to understand what's happened and how we intend to fix it. So I want to call an assembly at Winged Walk and assure them that all will be well. Be as shaking as they are, I don't know how many will come. is those who are most distressed that truly need to hear your words. If you like, I shall seek out such souls and encourage them to attend. I'll help too. This is an important step in city's recovery. Care to join us, Mason? Oh my god, another. I see. While you handle that, Erwin and I will see provisions for the expedition. Thank you. I'll go on ahead and have the Landsguard announce the address. People must first know there's going to be one before they can decide whether or not they want to hear it. If you could see the resplendent quarter and Bayside, baby, LSA and I would split the rest of the city between us. If Tural falls to the enemy, what will happen to us? To our homes, our farms? Everything we worked so hard to build. Lives and communities and histories all reduced to ash by these merciless villains. I heard Vavu Klamat is planning to address the people. But what's the point? What can she and her brother possibly have to say? Really, the Dawn servants have a plan already. They've lost so much, yet they prepared to carry on. And standing around worrying about what's to come will change nothing. It would be a lie to say I'm hopeful for the future, but I will go hear what they intend to do. I still can't believe we were attacked. For mercy, my family was spared. I don't know what I would have done had they come to harm. I understand Vavu Klamat is going to make an address soon. I'll be there, of course. Okay, one is ready. Please, leave me be. My father is gone. Leave me to mourn. Golu Judge is slain, and yet Vavu Klamat and Vau Khan still fight for our nation, for us? Very well, if they would speak, the least I can do is listen. Checking on everyone, are you? The city's definitely seen better days, but we can only spare so much time for mourning. Only by looking to the future can we overcome this crisis, and we all need to do our part. I've no doubt Vavu Klamat and Vau Khan will share similar sentiments at their addresses. It's not safe here, not anymore. I could try to leave Tural, but what else is there to go? You look like the well-traveled sort. Please, I can't stay here, but I fear nowhere in Tural is beyond an enemy's reach. What of the lands across the Salt? I know, even if I ran, I know I'd regret it in the end. I love Tural, this is my home, and I know the Dawn Sovereigns would give their lives to defend her. I will put my faith in them and listen to what they have to say. whatever it is, I don't have time. I have to finish repairing this cart. There's only so much I can carry on my back. When those Hollows devils come again, I need to be ready. Abu Klamad and Valkoana mean well, but they're young and inexperienced. They can barely look after themselves. If we're to survive, I do not know if we can count on them. They're going to strike back at the enemy, so they're resolved to face this. Maybe it is too early to be thinking of running. Alright, I'll go and hear their address. I need to stock up food and medicine as much as I can. What else is there? I can't afford to forget anything. Sorry, sir, but I'm busy. Too much to do and too little time. There's no telling when those stone men will return. I have to get out of here, find my somewhere safe. Vuklamat wants to speak to us? Perhaps she has a plan then. I suppose there's no harm in hearing what she has to say. Well, there's one left. Where is he? Resting resident. Phew, cleaning up is tiring work. You've been busy helping as well, I'm guessing? Right now it's tough for everyone, but Tuliyola won't succumb to this. With the new Dawn servants to protect and lead us, we'll get through it together. Wait. Why he didn't count in? The fuck? Can't leave now. What if those soldiers come back? What are those strange machines looming overhead? Gods, I have so many questions. I see it would put my mind at ease to learn something. Anything of the threat we face. Alright then, I'll go to the Winged Walk. Thank you, I feel better already. Likely better still once I hear what the Dawn servants have to say. I was just discussing the gate to the Golden City with Caterham. He has been patiently answering my few questions. Did you not see Alice on your way here? It seems Kral and Eravin have yet to return. Still busy making preparations for our expedition, I presume. Okay. Few questions, more like a bleeding broadside of them. Took me back to time of Galuf and it did. Shirley and scholars, I swear. It's not voiced. It looks like you've brought quite a few people. Thank you. Elsie had actually returned ahead of you, but upon hearing that you were still out there, she decided she was unsatisfied with her own efforts and left again. That's her biggest flaw. She's trying to compare her to everyone. My apologies for involving you all in Tural affairs. We're simply helping their friends in need. Having traveled the lands of Tural, sharing in the rich cultures, I can see it no other way. What's more, Zolajah and his army pose a threat not only to Tural but to the star as a whole. We will stand with you to protect what you hold dear. Okay, let's listen to the speech already. Let's get going. It's been an hour running in the city. I don't expect you've had much, if any rest. How are you holding up? I'm fine. Thanks to a little encouragement from Madden. You didn't worry about me either. Whatever awareness I feel is no match for my desire to protect my people. We'll restore peace to the nation and preserve our father's legacy. Okay. I wish it was voiced, man. Doesn't make sense. Conversations between all of the main characters isn't voiced. In here for some reason. Their father raised them well. That he did.
Lamachi, are you all right?
Yes, don't worry. I'm ready for it. The fear, and sadness, and anger. Everything.
I am the reason to your resolve. But more than that, I am your brother. You needn't bear this burden alone. Remember this.
As you likely already know, my father, our former Dawn servant, lost his life in the recent attack. He challenged the enemy leader to a duel and fought with skill and valor, and for a moment we believed he had won. But wielding an unknown power, his foe returned from death and struck him down. I could only watch as this happened. I could not tarnish my father's honor by interfering. Many of you have suffered terribly. You've taken wounds. You've lost friends and family. As vow of resolve, I failed in my duty to protect you. Words can't express the shame and regret I feel. And as much as it pains me to reveal this, the enemy leader was none other than my brother Zoralsha.
Zoralsha? It's true! I saw him!
We believe he staged the attack from Yasulani, which has been encased within a mysterious dome. I know that you're concerned for your loved ones there as well. But mark my words, I won't let Zoralsha torment us any further. Our father gave his life to protect our nation, and I'm prepared to do the same.
You say that, but those metal monstrosities are still up there in the sky. What are you going to do about them?
The enemy is still on our doorstep, and waiting for them to strike again accomplishes nothing. That's why we're going to strike first. We are going to take the battle straight to Zorolja and put an end to it all.
And while my sister sallies forth, I will take charge of the city's defenses. Not another soul will come to harm. We swear to you.
Like our father before us, we will lead with resolve and reason to restore peace to our nation. So please, have patience and faith.
So the resolve goes on the attack, while reason shores up the defenses. Sounds like a fine plan. Needless to say, you can count on my sword. Tural's my home, and I'll do my part for it. Hear, hear, brother. That makes two of us. Or was that two of we? Never mind that. What of the rest of you? Will you let others do the work? Or will you do your part and fight?
We fight! We fight! We're Tuliolans because we're united! We'll stand with you and weather this storm!
He's right. This is our nation, and it falls to us to protect it.
We'll fight too! For Tuliolal!
Me too! Me too!
We're all together in this!
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
We've already learned much about our foe, and we will continue to learn more. In time, we will have the means to make their warships fall from the sky. When we join hands with our countrymen and our allies from afar, we're stronger than we dare to hope. Together, let us show the enemy the might of Tuliolal.
You are the beating heart of our nation, each and every one of you. Uncertain days lie ahead, but for now, I ask you to persevere, to go about your lives as you always do. Only then can we ensure we have the resources to see our nation through these trials. And when the time comes, we will strike. Tuliolal will not fall. We will prevail, and peace and happiness will be ours again.
Alright, I'll cut it here. And I might stream tomorrow. Shall see.